A very warm welcome to everyone for the bridge course for Master of Arts in English at Gobindgarh Public College, Alour, Khanna. I'm Dr. Nitin Malhotra, introducing a few basic literary devices to you for the better understanding of English literature and language. Is antonomasia. It's a sort of metonymy, kind of metonymy, but there is a difference between metonymy and antonomasia that I will let you know by the end of this video. First, we will discuss what is antonomasia. Well, antonomasia, again saying it's a figure of speech which beautifies the poetry or some text through the usage of it. It's a phrase which replaces to a proper name, and a proper name is used as an archetypal name, like you are just using the name to tell the obvious quality of something, the sure quality of something. It emphasizes the particular quality of a person, like it provides a strong epithet which showcases the great deeds of someone in particular genre, particular type of quality that is expressed through a word. And I will also let you know that this is a repetition of past in the present. Like if a person has done a deed in the past and he has been involved in the popularity, and he has been involved into that activity for the whole of the life, and then in the present we are using that term for someone, it shows you the society of the past, person of the past, and the quality of the person who was in the past. So now next thing is the example. I have a very wonderful example of it. Like I hope everyone has watched Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. So if you have watched the series, then you will find the character of Voldemort. Voldemort, whenever he enters and people say, you know who? And he who must not be named because of his uh, devil qualities, devil character. So this in the same context in India also we are calling the people that he is the Hitler, and using for some politicians, or maybe we are using different terms like the bard for Shakespeare. So these are all under the category of antonomasia. So the difference between antonomasia and metonymy is metonymy identifies the entire object through some name, like White House. White House is for presidential place. But antonomasia is talking about the obvious quality of a person. Like if you say your friend that you are a Shakespeare to us. So if someone is a Shakespeare to you, it means that you are just talking about the poetic quality of some person. Accidi. ACCIDIE. I know it's not very popular term, but still it's very important for the purpose of understanding English literature, and as well as for competitive examinations where you opt for English literature. So this term is transpired from theology. Theology is the study of religion. So it's a study of religion on the basis of logics. So Accidi is one of the seven deadly sins which are used in literature to make you understand that it signifies not simply laziness. It shows your temperament that is torpid and despondent, and it makes you not to achieve any spiritual height or any spiritual condition. The term excidi is its roots are from French. The word is excedia, which means a sloth who is a spiritual sloth. So the term was revived in late 19th century. Earlier it was used before 16th century, but it was obsolete during the 17th and 18th century. In 19th century, a few authors have also used it in the context of not only spiritual dryness or dejection that is mentioned in M.H. Abrams, but still it shows that it shows the condition that threaten to make a person despair of any chance of achieving divine grace. Because in this era where we are living, and we are happening to do many things all together, and we are living a life full of chaos, and that started in 19th century, and people were searching for something that make them to move forward to virtues. So I would like to mention the seven deadly sins also. So these deadly sins are, the first one is pride. I hope you remember Saturn. And then covetousness, lust, envy, gluttony, anger, and sloth. Sloth is exceeding. So the the term was used in the subject of theology, but still it is used by present day psychiatrists to diagnose as acute depression of in some patients. So it's very important term these days also. So some prominent works in literature, those are showing XCD in their works. The first one that I would like to mention, whether I have read it, it's a wonderful work, English August by Upmanyu Chatterjee. I hope so you have read The Catcher in the Rye. It's same sort of a work which shows the journey of a self discovery of some character. Next work that is very important also, that is Oblomov. It is written by Ivan Alexandrovich Gonkarov. So I hope so you can take the spellings from Google. So it's a story of a sloth who is unable to leave his bed. I hope so many youngsters will correlate this thing to them, because this work is written in 2012 and very close to your understanding. I hope so you will go for this work, that is Oblomov. And the last work that I would like to mention is A Confederacy of Dunces. It is written by John Kennedy Toole. Here he is showing a hero who is obese, quite huge, fractious, fastidious, and a later day Gangantua. So the obesity is, matching to Don Quixote also. Whether these seven deadly sins are balanced with seven cardinal virtues also. So the three are the theological virtues, because these are given in the New Testament. Those are faith, hope, and charity. And the last four are natural virtues that every man shall propound in their nature to get the maximum result of human life. And these are justice, prudence, temperance, and fortitude. Ambiguity. With the word you understand that ambiguous is which is trying to give you two meanings altogether. One word but two meanings. But it's a critical device in English literature, and it has been given by William Empson, who was a student of I.A. Richards, and he has composed a book in 1930s. The title of the book was Seven Types of Ambiguity. Whether it is considered as a fault in style in the writing of an author, still it has some friendly terms. Those are multiple meaning and plurisignation, that is taken from amateur Brahms. And the next one is the portmanteau word. That is also a friendly term to it, which designates a large suitcase that opens into two equal compartments. Like you are saying the one word, and definitely portmanteau was given by Humpty Dumpty, and it signifies that you are saying one word but you are trying to give two meanings of equal importance. But there you have to understand what the author is mean to say. And in Indian context also there is a term sahridya. It means that you have to reach to the level of the author to understand any literary piece of work. On the whole, it is basically a study of metaphor, verbal nuance on the basis of understanding words, and multiple meanings in some literary piece of work. But still there are seven types of ambiguity, so I will discuss them in brief. The first one is lexical ambiguity. It is at the level of words, when words try to give you the different meanings. Second ambiguity is syntactic ambiguity, which is at the level of sentences. When you write the sentences and you try to derive the different meanings through particular sentences only. And third type of ambiguity is semantic ambiguity, which is at the level of meanings. Like you try to derive the meaning from this word. I have a wonderful example for it. Like John kissed his wife, so did Sam. So here we have to understand Sam kissed his wife, not John's wife. So next type of ambiguity we have anaphoric ambiguity. It is at the basis of a phrase that refers to the meaning of already given word. Like there is an example for it. I went to the hospital. They told me to take rest. So here they is mentioned for the hospital staff and the doctors. Next type of ambiguity is elliptical ambiguity, which is on the basis of emission of words. Like it is also called fill it in. Like when you say like if I say someone that I'm done with my work, it's a complete sentence. But when you say only done, then it means that you are creating a type of ambiguity in your writing. Next type of ambiguity is called Freudian slip. That is words producing an abstract thought, and in the word that deism, it is taken from the root deity, and the term has been came into light during European Enlightenment, and it was by the end of 17th century and the mid of the 18th century that it has been into the growth of this particular term. As you all know that religion was particularly that was revealed and it violates reason, but deism was all about reason, because it was saying the religion without revelation, the religion shall not be revealed, rather it shall be based on reason. So it was more scientific in nature, and they were all the nature worshippers. They were all following the rules of nature, and it is quite visible in literature also. As we all know that all religions are based on some particular scriptures, time, place, but deism was in the favor of universalhood of religion, like the rules were universal. As I'm coming with my new series on Indian context also, where Mahabharata is talking about sadharan dharma, that is universal dharma, that is universal righteousness for everyone. Like anger is not good for anyone and truth is good for everyone. And the another aspect of deism was that creator created the world, the nature, the earth, everything else, but creator is not involved in it. Like in all scriptures we see that God has direct interference in every act or every story, but for them God is available, God has created everything, but God is not involved in anything. Well, whether deism started its writings in literature in the first half of 17th century with Edward Herbert and then John Toland, and the last one was whether I like him his writings also, Bishop Edward Stilling Fleets, and his book Letter to a Deist, which was published in 1677. It is the worthy example of the orthodox use of epithet in English literature also. Sir Henry St. John, first Viscount of Bolingbroke, in the middle of the 18th century, was also a prominent figure in deism. And from the point of view of competitive examinations also, deism is usually asked from these authors. And the modern proponent of deism was Sir Isaac Newton. And it is usually seen in the present context also, like Unitarian Universalist congregations in 20th century, they are all propounding over the concept of deism. And I would like to sum up it with from M.H. Abrams with the poem of a Pope, with the poem of the Pope, the Universal Prayers. The poem is like it: Father of all, in every age, in every clime adored, by saint, by savage, and by sage, Jehovah, Jove, or Lord. Thank you.